What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is another slicker day out here in the Florida Keys. We're taking our little boat out. Today's kind of just like, you know, have some fun and maybe get some seafood, maybe get some fish. We got 2 guns with us. Not going really diving, we're kind of going lobstering and then, you know, see what we can get. Got 1 rod and we're gonna change out those spark plugs. They're getting bad. I'm getting the boat ready and see y'all out there. It is flat. Gonna go get some gas and head right to some spots. See you there. So this is the 7 Mile Bridge here, and it is known for tarpon. And there's like 3 big schools of tarpon just moving around here. And we originally wanted to come here. There's some bomb holes for lobster and I don't know, fish. And it is actually active, like really. We just saw manatee, some dolphins, tons of tarpon. There's one that rolled really far over there. Oh, that was really fun. I'm using a little finger mullet. They love those. But oh yeah, back there, that was a big one. Alright guys, so if you just saw those 2 clips, that was pretty epic. Probably gonna hop in the water. It's really hot. Yeah, I don't think they're here anymore. They're moved over there. That was pretty sick. Alright, let's hop in the water. See you underwater.
Oh my god. It's wet.
What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in, like always. And if y'all have any questions and comments, you know, about anything about this video, then definitely let me know. I appreciate those a lot. But let's get straight into it, and yeah. So obviously you can see that the water was very murky this day, and the point where we don't dive anymore, because of like how murky the water is if my dad was on the bottom and I wouldn't see him, we would go away, cause find a different spot, cause that's just it's a lot more riskier. So yeah, you can see my dad nodding his head there that it was very dirty. And so we were in search of some lobsters, but you know, if you saw some fish, we'd get some fish. We were just exploring, cause you could see some tarpon there. Yeah, those are some tarpon that were pretty cool. I just looked up and I was like, damn, tarpon look so big in the water. They're actually kind of freaky. But so yeah, we were in search of lobster. but would take anything. We were just exploring and you know, went out on the boats to have some fun, which we definitely did. So yeah, I looked under this ledge. There's a nice Goliath under there, and like always he did that big thump, and yeah, he was definitely a healthy fish. And there's a lot of life, a lot of bait around there. So if you were wondering why I didn't upload for such a long time, I've been so busy lately. Me and my brother just bought a new boat. It's a Grady White. It's a 19-foot Grady White, and we've been doing a lot on that boat. And we're probably gonna start renting it out to make some profit. But yeah, so basically we've been busy doing that and a lot of other stuff, and I just never got to these videos. But so I found some time this day, and yeah. And it is not that rare to find dirty water at the 7 Mile Bridge, because all that current just pushes through one spot, and it gets shallow there. So it goes from deep, shallow, and it narrows in from the right side, and so you just got tons of current there almost all the time. And then obviously that current just kicks up all the stuff on the bottom. So yeah, like I said, I was just trying to locate some lobsters. So yeah, this is actually the first time we're at this particular spot, but the 7 Mile Bridge has a lot of lobster. It holds a lot of lobster, and there's thousands of variables that the lobster doesn't have to be there. Like you saw, there's a lot of structure for that for those lobsters to be there, but just something made them not want to be there. All right, so we just got back. Nah. The water is really dirty all the way like in this area of the Gulf. In Big Pine it was a little better, but it's probably like 5 feet here, and or like 6 feet. You can barely see bottom, and so we might go try to see the Atlantic since it's so nice and flat out. But yeah, that spot was really nice. It's pretty cool. But yeah, right now we're just trying to find some clean water. Like, this is really bad. But yeah, let's see what we'll find. Alright guys, so since the water is dirty everywhere in the Gulf, I kind of changed plans. Not going for lobster really anymore. But we're in the Atlantic. We just like 50 feet, so the water is really dirty here too. But we're just kind of trying to find some nice nice water. Let's see what we find. Dad said there's some fish though. Mackerel. So yeah, we hopped in the Atlantic, found some nice water. Definitely not anything wonderful, but yeah, a lot of life. A nice green sea turtle here, and my dad got he said it wasn't legal. So yeah, I had a spear gun. I was just, you know, my dad had a tickle stick, and you never know what you could find when you're exploring. So I had my gun with me, and this spot didn't have any like big fish, but since it was a new spot, fish tend not to usually stay around, so I had a gun. So this was the second turtle we saw. This thing was big. This was like 4 feet, but I mean, it was cool to see him around, and yeah. And like I said, exploring is really fun. We love doing it. It's completely different than, you know, just going on the same spot over and over. First of all, you could overfish the spot, and second of all, it probably kind of gets boring after a while just going after again and again the same spot. I don't think fishing is the same as diving, but when you dive the same spot, it's like, I don't know, I guess you could compare it like to hunting the same spot again and again. But like if you go to like another spot, like I don't know, like a whole country away, it's totally different. You have nothing to expect. And so like for example, around the corner here it could be like a massive ledge and like a big grouper there, and I wouldn't know. But so yeah, I looked under that ledge, and there ended up being a legal snapper there, and I'm gonna go for him here. So we do use the tickle sticks, or not the tickle sticks. We do use snares. It's a lot easier, a lot simpler. You just tickle it out, put it around its tail, and snag it. But I guess the net could be useful sometimes. But like there in that situation, it was a lot easier to use a tickle stick. We don't even bring nets on the boat anymore. Guys, so we just moved a whole big way. That is the American Shoal Lighthouse. So that's probably like, I don't know, like 20 miles away from where we were. So hopefully it's gonna be worth it, and let's see what we can get. So yeah, we hopped in. Yeah, it's because we just wanted something different. And usually when you move like a mile away, it could be completely different. So yeah, we're just basically looking for clean water, and this was the best that we could find. And this day it was just really bad. The water viz was really bad, and so yeah. This was doable, you know, it wasn't bad. This was actually American Shoal Reef, I believe it's called. It's around the American Shoal Lighthouse. And this reef is actually like, it's in good conditions compared to other reefs. Like compared to like the average reef in the Keys. But you could see that it used to be completely different. I'm gonna point out some spots that were really bad. But I mean, yeah, we're just exploring, and in luck of those lobsters and maybe some fish. We were just having a good time. So here, if you look on the bottom, all those like broken up pieces are broken up coral. So for example, like elkhorn coral, it could be like, this whole thing was probably covered in coral, like maybe like, I don't know, probably like 20 years ago or 30, 40 years ago. It was probably like all this was like live coral. And if you look at it, like almost all of it now is just like dead rock. But yeah, that's what we have. A lot of healthy fans, the sea fans. Still some some of the like coral on the bottom. So it's still there, but definitely it had some damage. So yeah, this little gray angelfish. It's pretty cool. That was one of the pictures that I edited from this video. But yeah, there's some cool animals. So this spot, it was actually pretty good. Like the amount of ledges and stuff there was tons, but the fish, I don't know if it was like it's hot and the bigger fish went deeper, because this was like 20 feet, like it wasn't deep. So either the fish went like deeper, or like all the snappers went like onto the spawning areas, because this was in like the time where snappers spawn. But like you could see, those like a lot of structure. Like there could be groupers anywhere, and I don't know if this spot is just like fished a lot, because this is like a very popular spot to fish at. So it could be because of overfishing. But like there was a lot of fish. It was basically like a nursing home for little fish. But yeah, it was funny. I saw a snorkel there. I wonder what its story was, so I snagged it. But yeah, a lot of lane snappers and Caesar grunts. Caesar grunts are the grunts that have the yellow body and the black fin. And then the schoolmaster snapper is the one that is. It looks like a normal snapper, but it's all yellow and has some stripes on it. So my dad snagged a nice lobster, nice and legal. And you could see a lot of coral damage there. That part was bad. And this place had a lot of hogfish, but they were just all small. And we don't shoot hogfish. We think they could use some help. But yeah. If you guys have any opinion on hogfish, if they're doing well or anything, I would like to hear that. So you could see some coral there too, like a lot of bad stuff. But that's the way it is. But I mean, a lot of structure. It was actually cool that we found this place. We should check it in winter and see if any fish are back, like from the deep water. Like when the water cools up, usually fish from the deep come back to the This spot in particular had a lot of coral damage. Like you can imagine it all just like elkhorn coral, just like trees of coral. And it was basically just like a graveyard. And because that was interesting, I asked my dad like if this was like 20 years ago, and he said yes. He said that the majority of the coral bleaching happened like during like the 1970s, and that's when one of the bigger coral bleaching happened. And like that was not new. You could see that was like some old stuff. But I mean, a nice nurse shark cruising around. So this dive, I basically just did a really big, deep, good breathe up, and I just went to the bottom. And I like doing this a lot. Just sit on the bottom and just relax and just like look at all the little fish. It's pretty cool. And out of interest, I looked it up, and I looked up the worst coral bleaching. When was the worst coral bleaching in the Florida Keys? And it was actually last year, the summer of 2023. And it said that it was like the El Nino year or something, and with like really high temperatures. And so that's when the Florida Keys survived or endured or went through the worst coral bleaching ever. So that was pretty interesting. And if you guys saw any coral bleaching during that time, or a lot of it, I'd like to hear some opinions on that. All right, last spot. I already jumped in. There's a big ledge here. So let's see what we can get. So yeah, this spot we were running, and we saw a big bump on the sonar, and we went and checked it out. Saw a cool French angelfish. He was pretty chill, and that black and yellow contrast, they're so beautiful. And yeah. A lot of like rocks and like coral heads. A lot of places for lobster to hide, but they just weren't there. And like I said at the beginning of this video, the variables for lobsters can vary so much. Like a lobster can be at one spot that looks exactly the same, but it's just like a mile away, and there could be tons of them there. And I don't think it's because there's not enough lobster, like that they're overfished. I think lobster could use some help, but I think that we just didn't find the best spots this day. And you know, that's a part of looking for new spots. You get days that you don't harvest barely anything, but we enjoy the process of looking for those new spots. So that covers up for not catching almost anything. We're going home. We didn't catch any, but it was a nice spot. But beautiful day. We got a little longer ride home. So yeah, get going.